Hey, 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 hey. How is everybody doing? I hope you are doing well. I'm good. Uh, it's 6 p.m. here in Poland, in my place, Nowy Żmigród. What time is it there? Where are you from? Say hi. I already see like 40, 50 people in here. Uh, Looking forward to get these numbers go up. Let me know how you can hear me, if it's loud and clear. And in a minute or even less, we will kick off today's webinar. It's extremely packed with stuff. You can expect a lot of going on my screen. We will go through this. Excuse me. We'll go through this data analysis we did for over 1 million SERPs. I will go through the questions because in a form there is an option to ask a question, and I just discovered it today, and we have like 30 questions to answer, and these are general questions, so everybody will benefit from that. Thank you, Eddie, for confirming it's good. Hello, GP, Jason, Alex, Pavo, Digital House, Eddie, and Nika, Carl, David again, Nick. Hello, everyone. Thank you for coming. 50 people, over 50 people already, which is great result. And I think we are good to kick it off. So like I said, data analysis, then the questions, then a quick demo, and some new stuff that is coming to Surfer. And by the way, before I start, let me know how long have you been using Surfer? You're just a new user or experienced one? Let me know in the chat, so I will get the idea of the level of complexity I'm supposed to use while I'm presenting the software. And more people coming, and I think it's just the right moment to kick off the presentation. Pay attention now. 1 million SERPs. It cost us a lot of work and time and computing resource. Hope it's not gonna be wasted. All right. Screen sharing time. Screen sharing time. I've got a little presentation that will help you get everything visualized. This is a photo from Maciek Gruszczyński, our data scientist, who excuse me, I don't know what's going on, who has been gathering all of the data for 1 million SERPs. So you can imagine there was a lot of crawling, a lot of scraping, a lot of analysis, and this is his setup. Okay, so let's have a look inside. Obviously, it's a correlation study. What is a correlation study? How we can interpret it? Well, correlation is not a causation, but in general, it will show us the trends of what's going on, where Google is heading, and if we have a big enough sample, we are able to tell something about the ranking factors and how they well, talk to each other, let's say. So first, a little chart that will in general tell us that there are, let's say, 3 different areas of ranking signals. We got some user signals and technical signals. We got backlinks, which are off-page factors, and we got on-page factors, which is content. And the data study is about that third, that is on-page factors. And what we can see in the world already is that the on-page and backlinks are losing a bit to the user signals, but it doesn't matter, we should stop doing it. Well, obviously we have to satisfy the user, and that's the primary goal. Tricking Google algorithm is the secondary goal, okay? So not trying to do too much of a black hat stuff. we should try to satisfy the user first. Okay, some information about the sample, because 1 million SERPs, where does it come from? And I will spoil a little because that sample size is more like a marketing spin. We do not need 1 million SERPs to tell the correlations. Okay. Yeah, like you see here, Ahrefs used 1 million SERPs to analyze the correlation. So we did, but 1 mil is more than enough, if I will say it this way. What's the problem with general huge sample that is not cleaned up? So we analyzed 10,000 keywords that were sorted by the search volume from the database, and it turned out that only 35% of these keywords have unique SERPs. So if there are two keywords with the same SERP, they will have the same correlations, which means that these correlations will be represented by two or more keywords, which means that the weights will be different. So we need to first clean up the sample. It causes this overrepresentation. So for the super popular clusters of keywords that will have like 100 keyword overrepresentation, they will weight 100 times more than a unique SERP keyword. That's why, and I will say it again, that's why we need to clean up the sample. What did we use to achieve that? This is the interface from Surfer, obviously. This is the topical map that is using clustering algorithms. And what we did for our 1 million sample is that we used only one keyword per cluster to have as diverse SERPs as possible. This way, there was no overrepresentation of any kind of SERP. Okay, so this makes the data so much cleaner. Yeah, a little bit of a reinforcement of that. Unique SERP keywords, 1 million of unique SERP keywords. But as you can see here on this chart, I mean, it can get a little bit too scientific, so I will go quick on that. But as you can see, only like a super small sample of 1K can give us wrong results, because they will be there could be a result of either 0.18 or 0.21. That's quite a wide spread, so that's, well, we don't want that little accuracy. But when you look at the 10K and 100K, and 1 mil is even more narrow span, even 10,000 keywords, if they are selected properly, meaning there is no overrepresentation, will be okay. So 1 mil is a marketing spin, 10K would be enough. So quick summary on the sample size: 1 mil is marketing, clustering is there for equalizing the chances for each setup to contribute with the same weight, and without it, data is skewed with overrepresentation. And obviously, who want to see results? I want to see some likes on this video. I want to see some comments. I want to see some new subscribers. So if you want to see results, click the like button. I mean, obviously I'm kidding, and I will show it anyway. So we will see this chart for a couple of times today. So I will try to explain. On the left, we have the correlation value on the y-axis, and on the x-axis we have many different factors. And well, the most correlating one at this point is obviously the domain score, which is in general domain authority type of thing. It's not too big of a surprise if we take this factor as the one. It's predicting almost the best from all other keywords, the rankings in the SERPs. So let's have a look at this domain score in more details. I mean, domain score, authority score, domain rating, trust rating, whatever you call it. If the domain is old, it has a lot of traffic, a lot of backlinks, it will have a high domain score. Okay, but during the last 3 years, 2.5, there were 20 algorithm changes since May 2022 about content, or even more. So let's have a look at those. There was 11 core updates, 6 spam updates, 3 ACU updates. So a lot is going on. And this is how the correlation changes over time of the domain score. So as you can see here, it was higher at the beginning and it's getting lower. Still one of the strongest, even at this point. But you can see that it changes over time and the trend is slightly going down. But what about content? First, we analyzed the body and the paragraphs, which is basically the biggest part of the content of the page, and we'll look at the length, at the exact keywords, partial keywords, and densities and absolute values. And there is one thing that it's kind of surprising to me. I mean, when I have seen the results. So on the left, the highest correlating from the group. On the right, the lowest correlating on the group. And the highest correlating on the group in here is body partial keyword count, which is basically variations of a keyword that are present in the body, but not the density. It's the count. It's the absolute number of keywords. It's not density. And on the far right, you see body keyword ratio. It's here. It's a backend name of a factor, but in general, it's keyword density. And it's kind of important to emphasize it, that density is not correlating with the search results. So you have to have a keyword in your content. You have to have different variations in your content, but please don't go crazy about the density. When we look at all of these factors in the middle, we will see that it's all about keywords and partial keywords in either headings or paragraphs. So it's really important to have these keywords in your content, obviously, but you don't have to chase the exact numbers. And what's the other element that's kind of surprising to me is here, it's body word count. So the length of the content itself is not that important, and you will see why later. Because, well, a little spoiler, you can have a lot of content with zero meaning. And that's why the length is really kind of not one of the highest correlating factors. So moving forward, and emphasis on this one, density no more. And we will obviously act accordingly with the content score updates, and you will see it rolling gradually. First update to the content score was already applied, so you are covered. But density no more. Don't chase the density. Okay. Looking at these partial keywords in the body, it used to be that they were correlating more in the past. In 2022, 2023, now it's getting lower. Still quite significant. It's not close to zero, so it's still quite significant, but it used to be more important before the Google updates. So how many partial keywords in the body? Let's have a look at the headings. Headings also are quite important in here, especially use of keyword variations in the headings. This is quite critical in here. The others are getting lower, like how many headings? It doesn't really matter. How many words are in the headings? It doesn't really matter. What matters is that whether you have variations of your keywords in the headings. That matters. So it's not important how many headings you are. It's not important how many words in headings are, but how many keywords are within the headings. Looking at the correlations, as most of these factors that used to be stronger will be, well, weaker now. And I have a theory around that, because domain score is, domain difficulty, domain score, authority of the domain, correlation is going down. These factors, correlation is going down over time, and it's because user signals are going up. So what's really important is to have your brand, to have your branded searches, to get traffic from other sources, to satisfy the user intent, obviously, in the first place, because these user signals are gaining traction because there is nothing else. We got backlinks, we got content, and there is the user's behavior. And the user's behavior is something that's gaining traction, because it's the easiest metric for Google to say whether the users are satisfied or not. Okay, bolded stuff. Let's have a look inside. And this is quite surprising to me, because it doesn't matter how many bolded keywords you have. These are like extremely low correlations. But it is important to bold some of your keywords. I mean, keywords, I say target keyword and its variations. It's this one, variations, and it's the main keyword is this one. So if you are using bold and strong, consider using it on your keyword. Simple as that. The correlation is like most of those, it was higher, then it was lower, but actually it's gaining traction back again. It was the worst, the lowest on the March 2024 core and spam updates in here, and it started to pick up in June and August, and now it's kind of stabilized on its not that significant but considerable value. So again, if you are bolding some keywords, if you are bolding text, bold some of your keywords. It's kind of, I don't know what year is this, but well, this is what the data says. 1 million SERPs analyzed. What about the URL? Let's have a look. This is important. These are the killers. So remember, you had this domain score as the first, but the second and third is URL domain, keyword count, and partial keyword count. What are these? Exact match domains. Hello. What year is this? 2025. And the third and the second strongest correlating factors, besides the one that is killing everything, are exact match domains. Because, well, within the domain, you got a keyword. Yeah, I got a keyword, so you are counted in here. You can either have a variation of the or the exact. Both are really strong. So Well, good old days. I don't know. Having a keyword in your URL path, which are basically these friendly URLs, well, close to zero. I mean, it's good to have it. It's not ruining your SEO, but in general, EMDs are so much stronger. How it goes over time? Obviously, it was stronger, but stabilized. The performance. Let's have a look at performance. These in here, obviously, they're like kind of reverse, because the more load time is it's worse, right? Because the page loads longer. But in general, these speed metrics correlate quite strong. It's all about the distance from the zero, so it doesn't matter whether it goes down or up. In general, you can say that, well, the correlation is quite strong, especially in here and in here. So please make sure your sites load quite fast and the time to first byte is short. I mean, this is not rocket science, but well, we've seen density meaning zero, we have seen content length meaning zero, yet the load time and time to first byte still meaning quite a lot. The size, the total size doesn't matter. HTML size matters some, but these two here are the killers in a performance bucket, I would say. Load time and time to first byte. Moving on, and yeah, actually, this is good to look at. It was not so important back in the days, then it got more important, and then slightly down, but still holding its position. Yeah, schema markup. I'm kind of going quick because we only have an hour in here, but I hope you get some value out of it. Let me know in the comments. Schema markup, and this one is actually correlating negatively, and I've got some theory on that. So there's this factor that we analyze, is like how many different schema markup types are embedded on the website. And it turns out that pages that have a lot of different types embedded on the website rank worse than sites that have less types. And the theory is that either people are spamming with schema markup types, using it not appropriately, or using some plugins for WordPress that will generate schema to anything. And that's why we get this situation. So I would say schema is important, but don't go crazy with the amount. Make sure to put your schema markup the way it's supposed to be put in there. Not like every possible type of schema markup on the page. No, please. 1-2 types. Those that make sense, basically. It's like keyword stuffing, but schema stuffing. Schema stuffing is actually good analogy in here. And it peaks up like crazy since the November core update and October and September helpful content update. So it's gaining traction. The schema is gaining traction. Who's the winner? I can take some guesses from you. Let me know. There's 83 people watching. What's the most correlating factor? As you remember in here, there's one on the right that stands out. It's higher than 0.2, 0.25 almost. So what's the winner? Topical coverage. No surprise or surprise? You tell me. Topical coverage is the most correlating factor that we found, and its value is almost 0.25 in here. And how we get the topical coverage is both the facts that are present in the article, which you can find in the application. Obviously, these are the keywords in here, the NLP terms. So the more keywords you have that are topically relevant, the more topics you cover, the more in-depth the content is, the better. And I've got a bunch of charts in here that show the amount of ranked keywords by a page and its topical coverage. And as you can see, the red line goes up the higher the coverage is. So there is a correlation between ranking on more keywords and having better coverage. So it is for the impressions that pages receive that cover more, that have higher topical coverage. And we analyzed on our website, it's not part of this 1 mil study. On our website, we analyzed top 100 articles from Surfer SEO blog, which is a quite popular blog if you judge from the Google Search Console result perspective. And it turned out that our top 10 articles on the blog have the average coverage of 0.74, while the bottom 10, so out of 100, those that were listed on position 91 to 100, they had the coverage only 0.5, which means that the best performing articles characterize high coverage and the worst performing articles characterize the lowest coverage, which is basically optimizing for topics, for facts, for entities, which is basically clicking auto optimize in the content editor or doing it manually. So a little summary of that: the red line goes up, the red line goes up, and stronger coverage for the top articles of our blog. You want to read some more about that? There's this QR code, there's the article about the content coverage. You can Google content coverage if it affects SEO, and there is in-depth analysis of that subject. What about the AI content? What about the AI content? It might be interesting to you, and it was really surprising, not surprising, quite good find to me, is that there is no correlation between content being detected as AI and rankings. As you can see on this chart, the red one, the red bell, is almost perfect bell, which means there is no correlation between being oh, I'm really sorry about the QR, I didn't test that. But if you check our blog, the page is there. So the red bell represents no correlation. So there was the same amount of pages detected as AI in the top as they were detected in the bottom of the SERPs. And on the comparison, you got the content score in the blue that weights to one side, which means that there is correlation between having higher scores and ranking on top and having lower scores and ranking lower. So AI content is not bad. It just has to satisfy the user. No garbage, no bullshit. You can produce quality AI content. So do it if you want to scale up your content production. So a little bit of a summary. Topical coverage is the most important. That's why going up with the content score is quite critical, and it correlates really well. Optimize headings with keywords, same old, same old. Exact match domain will work. Using keywords in the URLs in the path, it's not gonna hurt you. It's not gonna help too much, but exact match domain, if you have a chance to get one, get one. Make sure your website loads reasonably. I mean, it just cannot be extremely slow. That's it. And density does not move the needle. You have to be comprehensive. You don't have to chase the numbers, even the numbers that content editor tells you to use a keyword 12 times. I mean, the app is there for 8 years now, and people are used to have that bracket. But you don't have to chase it. Use the keywords as many as you can, but don't go crazy. Don't be obsessed with the numbers. And this is why we are updating the content score, and this is why we actually already updated it, and we will roll the updates in increments, so it's not that drastic change, but you can be assured, and I will say it out loud, you can be assured that the content score is based on the most correlating factors as they can be, based on the analysis that we do every some time, and we watch this topic closely because we want you to get the best results possible. And this is why we are conducting these analyses to get the idea of what's going on the market, and to equip you with the most accurate tools as possible. And that's it for the presentation part. I hope you liked it, and not a beer, just in case. But actually, it's a beer cup, but not the beer inside, even though the color suggests that. Okay, let me rearrange my screens. What do we do now? I think I will answer your questions now, because there were so many questions left in the form. So I will try to go through them as quick as I can. Nothing crazy, nothing fancy. These answers will be useful to everybody, so that's why I will just answer them. Okay. Someone is interested in learning about general trends of the impact of the AI search, and I can tell from my point of view, we see a lot of people coming to Surfer from the AI search, and if you try to ask ChatGPT for best content optimization tools, we will see Surfer in there. So I would say you can do what we do, and what we do is we write content based on the topical map you can find in Surfer, and we use content editor to optimize it, to make it reach with entities, to make it reach with data, with answers, with topical coverage. So we basically do good SEO, and we are visible in the AI search. Is it huge impact? I mean, not yet. Maybe our target audience is more like tech educated, so they use more AI search than statistic person. But I would say across all of the different businesses, it's gaining traction, but it's not crazy big yet. Someone explained that AI search processed like still almost 400 times less queries than Google. So, well, Google is still so much bigger, but it's critical to understand your target audience. Okay, which specific on-page SEO signals have you found predictive? So, like I said on the presentation, and they didn't differ across the different niches. I would say is still the killer. And it's actually getting more traction. So make sure that your articles are not keyword stuffed, but information stuffed. Okay. For businesses, combining blogs, YouTube, and other funnels are the ways to use surfer tools to create strategy. And I would say that we are building something pretty right now that will help utilize different channels. And I will quickly switch to here and show you that within the humanizer, you have ton of voices and templates. I can add custom tone of voice or the template. And when I use the template, it can produce me a YouTube scenario. It can produce me an email. It can produce me a newsletter. It can produce me a social media post, whatever I want. You can put your favorite email newsletter in here as a reference and put your information in here, and you will receive that information put in a different format. So it's the way to repurpose your existing blogs. It's the way to turn your YouTube into blogs, and it really so many different possibilities. And all that is based on the tone of voice, based on the template. And Todd, I'm not. I mean, I can answer these questions from the chat as well. Obviously, I got these questions from people that signed up for the webinar and left their questions. What auto optimize does is basically the auto optimize, and you actually have two different auto optimizers. In fact, quite messy my dashboard is, but you can use auto optimize in here, and it gets the settings to create new sections or not create new sections. It will be basically either inserting terms into sorry about that, into existing. It's I'm not recorded. It's not AI generated, as you can see. It will either inject entities into existing sections, or it will add sections that your article is missing. And when you navigate to the facts, you can boost the coverage by clicking here, and it will try to include facts that I didn't cover yet within the article. And this article about the what is catnip is missing information that is a member of mint family, and that it can last about 10-30 minutes and so on. If you click the boost coverage, it will try to inject these terms. Is Surfer studying the difference in content featured in Google AI overviews? Yes, we are working on it. I have quite a big sample of the data, and probably we will be showing some results in the nearest future. For now, there is one article on our blog you can check. Going through the questions, can you share a sneak peek of upcoming server features that will help streamline multi-platform? And like I showed you right now, the humanizer is the place to try it out with the templates, with the voices. Actually, I will show you how I did it here. So we've got this injury lawyer template in here, and as you can see, it tells, well, basically it's a work injury lawyer template. And if I put in here roofing Chicago, actually I am supposed to have a little bit more content in here, so let me quickly get some information about roofing in Chicago. Whoops, 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 whoops. I will take, oh, is there anyone who will let me in? Yeah, these guys let me in. So I can take their content, I can put it here like so, and if I use the landing, the working jury lawyers, and if I like this format, it will rewrite me that information in this format. Can the humanizer be added to the last step of the content editor? I think it's a good feedback. Thank you. Another Monday, and we will put it somewhere in the works. I've heard that it was considered already. More questions. Are there advanced server workflows or automations you recommend for small teams? Content audit, basically. It's actually called Sites right now because it also has a dashboard. Are you familiar with Sites? Hope so. If you are not, that should be #1 workflow for you, because it pulls your Search Console data, and based on the Search Console data, you got both content audit, which is all of your pages analyzed with their performance and their content score. So you get some recommendations to start optimization, like so. These guys are ranking quite high and their score is quite low, so we can quickly optimize it and boost the auto optimization, get the scores higher and rank higher really quick. Yeah, grow map, thank you so much for the reinforcement. It's really good stuff. And besides that, you also get a topical map with all of the things that you may consider adding to your website based on your currently ranked keywords. So it will tell you how to grow. And for the busy agency owners, the activity log in there will also tell you not only the algorithmic updates, but the edits that your team members did. So this is quite significant update, and obviously the dashboard that is really slick in here. Really helpful stuff. More questions. Backlinks versus content for ranking, and according to the Ahrefs study, the authority of the domain is let's say outranking in correlation compared to the content scores, content optimization, but not by far. And when you consider increasing your domain authority, when you consider building 100 backlinks that you have a gap with your competitors, it will be so much more expensive and so much more time consuming than optimizing your content. So even though backlinks correlate a little bit more, it may be more efficient to start with optimizing content and then building domain authority. Will the topical map in Sites, which is based on GSC, auto update? So when you will create new content from the topical map, they will be like marked as created. And we are obviously working on introducing continuous updates and continuously crawling your website. So that's gonna be there sooner than later. For a new website, after all the SEO content has been fulfilled, well, if you all got all the content, it's all about building your brand and building backlinks. Nothing fancy to stay in here. Google Business Profile in relation to SEO. If you are a local business, then definitely you have to have the GBP, and it can be even a primary goal to optimize GBP first and then optimizing the website, because it will be so much quicker to optimize GBP. There's not too much stuff in there, so you can do it within a day. And so yeah, definitely Google Business Profile. HCU recovery, and in here I will recommend you good read from our friend Kazra. Resources on the blog, and let me find it. Load more, load more. There's a lot of good stuff in here. Where is Kazra's article about helpful content update? Oh, we publish a lot of stuff. I will try maybe to data and research. Where is Kazra's article? Kill me now. It's supposed to be in here. Or I'm blind. I might be blind. So I will Google it. SEO recovery surfer Kazra. Boom. There we go. I will put the link in here. Okay. So that's about the SEO recovery. Same old, same old. I mean, you still have to publish, you still have to optimize. Kazra points to the having a lot of links from the backlinks farms. So it's a different angle than everybody else took. That your content is garbage, and in Kazra's opinion, it's not that way. So can be a good read in there. How can I make my blogs rank, especially when I'm new website? I would say target smaller keywords. You can go to the topical map, topic research, and let's say we've got marketing techniques. Okay, that will be really hard niche, but we can filter by the difficulty that is not higher than 10. And there will be some clusters left with really low difficulty. Obviously, there are low volumes, but you can have some golden nuggets like this one. Difficulty 5.8, and the volume is 3,000. Industrial marketing. This is nice. Industrial marketing. We could write about it. Oh, another one. Marketing packages for small business. Difficulty only 2.4. So if you are a new website, create a topical map around your primary keyword and filter it by the difficulty from 0 to 10, let's say, and it will give you the easiest articles in the groups. Quite a lot of opportunities. Even in the recommendations, you can find them. You can go to the recommendations right away and sort by the difficulty, and you will find like some examples. It's on a scale to 100, so these are really low. Another question: how do you optimize for AI and SEO? Same shit. Produce useful research, boost the topical coverage, answer questions, have the facts. It will be super helpful to actually use the facts tab in the content editor, because it will not only tell you about the entities, but it will tell you about facts to cover. And when we look at this, using catnip for cats, it will be catnip can be used to encourage indoor cats to engage in more exercise. Look, it's not only giving you some entities like indoor cats or catnip, it also gives you the message that should be provided. Catnip can be rubbed into scratching posts. Huh? Crazy. It's crazy important fact to tell. Like, cat owners got all of the stuff scratched, and someone told them in the article even generated by AI. That catnip can be rubbed into scratching posts. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. And when all my furniture is not gonna be scratched anymore because I found out that I can rub catnip into scratching posts, and from now on my cat is only scratching the post, not my furniture. I'm in love with the author of this article. And this is exactly how you optimize for coverage. So entities, they are important. They're important for the semantic vector and so on. But that message buys me for life to keep on reading this blog. Seriously. That's it. That's it from my side. Nothing else to add. And I kind of like these questions allow me to show different parts of the application. So thank you for asking them. Thank you for asking them. Keep on asking them. How do you stand out about as a B2B service company, address multiple markets around the world? I can say only from my perspective, Surfer, we tackled the global market with the main focus on the English-speaking markets, and we doubled down on this area. And I think it can be something that stands out as a B2B. It's not a service, but software as a service, but in general, I would do it this way. Like, getting into local markets can be really tricky and time consuming and resources consuming. So think twice before you open up for translations and all kinds of stuff. How to do SEO in the age of AI? Besides doing general SEO, I will tell you one hack, because when you ask AI, like, what's the best XYZ product, XYZ tool, XYZ whatever, it will get suggestions from the listicles, and the position in that listicle is important. So that's a little hack. So besides doing general SEO, same old, building backlinks, optimizing content, making sure the website loads up and satisfy the intent, when you are present in a best whatever product, best whatever tool, try to make the first spot, and it will give you better results in the AI search. How to make Surfer AI work for traditional Chinese? I didn't know if it doesn't work, but I feel like the humanizer could do the work in here. If I use the... Okay, I don't know what I'm doing at all. I'm trying to get some traditional Chinese content. I have no idea what I'm doing. But I will try it out. Going to the application, tools. It's a new UI, by the way. Everyone will get it soon. I will add a custom voice. That will be it. Chinese. I will save it, and I will put some Kazra's content in here. Maybe that amount. We don't need more, and we will see traditional Chinese, and I will humanize it with the traditional Chinese, and we will see if it starts writing in traditional Chinese. Thank you for asking this question, and if you are interested in having more tips on the writing in Surfer AI, oh, actually it works. I don't know if it makes sense, but it can keep the style of the sample and produce content. So if you, and by the way, this is good stuff. So let me go back to the editor, and let's say this, what is catnip? I will get rid of all that, and I will insert outline with the custom template, which will be this traditional Chinese. Oops, sorry. It will produce me content about catnip in that Chinese. So it's another workaround. And actually, so many options. But if you want, let me go back. It will produce that stuff. Okay, let's not waste more time. If you wanna try something new for Surfer AI, I encourage you to reach out on the support for the new stuff. Let's say SEO tools, whatever, and I will create that AI article, and I will show you there is a brand new option in there that will hopefully blow your mind, because it allows you to provide templates and the reference text tone of voice that will allow you to create either product descriptions, landing pages. It will allow you to create listicles. It will allow you to create literally any type of the page that you want. Just provide the reference. It doesn't have to be about the same topic. You can provide a great article about car comparison, and it will create you whatever comparison you really you see. There's new all content types. If you don't have it, reach out and support, and we will make sure to give it to you. You can use it as in the past. With the default setting, it will produce you a blog post, but you can have a lot of. I will use Krista via tone of voice. She's working at Surfer, and I will use the, let's say, landing page template for the SEO tools, and I can create that with these additional settings, and well, it will basically produce me the landing page type of thing. Obviously, I had more questions. I'm not even in a half, but well, I will just stop at 7. And how to rank for niche keywords: produce optimized content, publish it on a domain that have chances to rank, so it's not like brand new, and then maybe build some internal links pointing to that page. Another one. In the wake of AI engines, what are some tips for showing up in the AI results? I explained that one. If you are present in the listicles, try to get the first spot. So it's like a listicle optimization, more or less. SK, I just seen your comment for really blink of an eye. So if you can mail me that question at my email, that would be nice. Appreciate that. Is there a way to use Surfer to help my site rank higher? Create a content audit, sites content audit, optimize recommended pages, and boom, it's there. Optimizing for niche industries. So if the pages that are currently ranking on the keywords that you expect, airplane photography, but there are drones ranking, it will be hard. You should consider finding keywords that are ranked by the pages of your type. Step-by-step guides from upload to optimal ranking ability. Graded optimization, humanization. I would say humanization is not that critical. So if it gets your scores lower, I would consider not doing it that frequently. What I would do is I would definitely hit the boom. See, essential SEO tools. We already got our our stuff in here, which is really neat, even with a conclusion. So good stuff, really worth checking out. And if I wanted to boost it, I would just hit auto optimize. That's the way to go. What is the impact of the AI overviews on SEO and businesses? And I've seen a lot of comments on the web that impressions go up, yet the clicks go down, and it can be true for many. But I will tell you this: the most recent update, like 2 weeks ago or something, it has taken away quite a lot of keywords from surferseo.com domain. But it turned out that the keywords that were taken away were really not the money keywords. They were like general keywords about writing content, not necessarily for SEO or for the websites. So these keywords were taken away, but in exchange we received keywords like the SEO tool. Sometimes you can lose keywords that are not in the core of your business, but you rank for, and they will show a dramatic drop in the search console chart, but it's not necessarily always a bad thing that happens. And I will mark this question in red, and I will wrap it here on this question, and I will keep on adding more questions for the upcoming webinar. And yeah, thank you so much. I really appreciate your presence. If you didn't give the like or the thumb up or the subscribe, I would really appreciate if you could do that. If you could share this webinar with someone, with your coworkers, with your colleagues, that will be extremely cool and rewarding for me and the whole team. If you have any questions that are outstanding, you got my email. Feel free to ask. When you will be subscribing to the next episode of Surfer Academy, drop your questions in there. I will go through them, and the next one I will try to give you more walkthrough demo than presentation. Obviously, both are important, and now you know what's going on in a correlation world. But don't get obsessed with that stuff, the correlation stuff. What you are supposed to be obsessed with is scaling your content production, optimizing your articles that are not optimized right now. You should create sites that include a content audit for every project of yours, to get the idea of how the page is performing, what are the optimization scores, so you can fix them. And thank you so much again, and see you next time. Have a good rest of the day. Take care.